Hello everyone, and welcome to the Dies Cast. I'm S.A.N, and with me I have...
Yes, man.
Well, last we left off, Aquans and Jonas had just reached the walled crossroads city of Vern's Run. After settling some liberated slave girls from the wagon they commandeered from a group of slavers to ride into town with, the party did some shopping and made the acquaintance of the local magic shop owner, Wendell Kettlewhistle, and then decided to look for some work in order to amass gold to continue funding their magical research and just general resource needs, which...
Make up for the debt we put in it.
Yeah, because we spent a lot of the gold that we got on our way here. The task that they took to was eliminating some giant rats that had been plaguing the city down by the local waterfront of the docks. Finding a way down into the sewers, the party dealt with some of the rats and also, much to their surprise, encountered a unusual subspecies of basilisk, which proved far more tricky to deal with. Particularly for myself, Aquans was unfortunately petrified, literally, for a few hours of the last day there. Jonas, thinking quickly, went to their newly acquainted Wendell, taking the basilisk stomach acid and brewed a cure for the petrification, and was able to liberate me from my stony sentence.
Yep.
When we left off, we just delivered the news to the watch office, and we had just head back to the inn for a much-needed rest. And that's all that really happened last time, so I will turn it over to you.
So, we did also stop in at Wendell's. I thought he deserved a lion's share of the reward we got, and gave him a bunch of money, and thanked him, and you and I, well, you mostly, definitely, walked back to our rooms, had an evening's sleep, long rest, which
Yep.
you definitely needed. I was a little bit hurt, but not by much. Fortunately, Expeditious Retreat really helped out a great deal.
You had depleted most of your magic.
Oh, yeah. I blew everything. Well, couldn't leave you there
Well,
in the
yeah.
hands of the basilisk.
Halfway through that fight, it became one-on-one.
Yeah. So, long rest. I recouped the charges on my newly acquired wand, which
Yep.
definitely paid for itself. And,
All our spell slots are back. I have 2 new portents.
and we decided to, because we got in, well, either consider it really early in the morning or very late at night, we decided to...
The sun was basically rising.
Yeah, so after our long rest, it's going to be afternoon anyway. We decided to take today and do some research. You wanted to finish a spell
Yes.
and do a few things. So why don't you tell the people all about your new spell? Or, well, first off, can you do the roll, please?
Well, I'm actually not going to actually roll for it because I was having some really bad luck at the end of the last session there. So in case that hasn't worn off yet, I'm going to use one of my new portents.
Yeah.
Which is, this is going to be a day in, basically. So this is really going to be the only thing I need it for, hopefully. So it's a 10. Cue me again getting screwed over by using my only good portent early in the session. And now. So it's a 10. So this is an Arcana check, right? So that's an 18 altogether. Considering the DC for a second level spell is only a 12,
Yes.
That
think
works.
You handily made it.
yes. So I will bring it up here. It is a second level divination ritual spell of my own creation called Rune of Locating. So it's got a casting time of 5 minutes, or 15 minutes as a ritual. It's range touch because you're just basically inscribing on something. It has verbal, semantic, and material components, which is, as in the last session at Wendell's, I got some gem dust mixed with ink, which has to be at least 25 gold pieces worth, which is consumed. We got much of that.
Yep.
And the rune lasts until it's dispelled, so this is effectively as close as permanent magic can be. So, I inscribed this magic rune upon an object which must remain within the range of the spell filtration, so I have to have it on me for the entire time to inscribe this. Upon completion of the spell, the rune remains inscribed on the object until it is dispelled, and is virtually invisible while dormant. As an action, the caster may call upon the rune's magic to learn the exact location of that object, regardless of how far away the object was, as long as it's on the same plane of existence.
Alright. So,
There's still a bit more here.
Oh, my bad.
There's a While active in this manner, the rune sheds bright blue light within a 15-foot radius and dim blue light within a further 15-foot radius.
Alright.
In order to perceive the rune while it is dormant, a creature must succeed on an investigation check with a DC equal to my spell save.
Yep.
And the rune may only be dispelled by one who knows it is there. So they have to actually know that the rune is on the object and know where it is inscribed to dispel it. And this spell does not scale with level because there's really nothing to...
Okay. So, tell the folks what you're going to be doing with this.
Well, we've already been robbed once. Admittedly, we did get our stuff back. But the odds of that happening just by luck again are low.
Yeah.
So, obviously, the need for this spell exists, and it's very important. So I'm going to inscribe this on some of my most important belongings. And feel free if you want me to describe them on anything for you.
Alright.
Okay.
So, what are you going to be putting it on?
Alright, well, the first thing is my spell book.
Yep.
Look,
How many doses are...
so I have 200 gold pieces currently of gem dust mixed with the ink. So that's 8 in total.
So you're going to do your spell book,
Uh,
your holding, I think you said.
My bag of holding and my component pouch. Because those are the 3 things that are very crucial to my character.
Okay, just mark those things off, and this is going to take a little while because you are going to ritual cast it.
Yep, so it's going to take basically the better part of an hour. So all in total, this is probably going to... So yes, it's going to take most of the day for me to do this, but...
Okay. While you're doing that, I am going to spend my downtime doing a little potion research, because Wendell had given me that book, and I want to try and research and figure out what I need and the process for putting together potions of heroism. So that's how I'm going to spend my day. So we're going to montage this because nothing really else is going to happen.
Okay, so should I DM this part? Because technically this was under my...
Yep.
Okay. So you want to... So you're dedicating the current research in this book towards potions of heroism. Okay.
Yep.
Alright. Well, this is going to be... Well, it's an investigation check because it's research.
Yes. And potion of heroism is rare or uncommon? I can't remember.
Rare, but that only comes into really making it. This is just going to take a series of successes or failures in order for you to learn the formula.
Alright, first of all. Well, I'm going to use my luck.
Oh, you're really usually like...
Because that probably wouldn't make it. Oh, and I'm heading the wrong way. I think your luck of last session is worn off,
Or just been transferred.
Alright.
So if you rolled twice, you have one more luck point, I believe.
What? Because the highest I rolled so far is 6.
You do have a good investigation, but...
Alright, the highest number in 4 numbers was a 9.
Okay,
Plus
9.
6.
Which is 15. Which is the DC you need to beat. Exactly.
This is just ridiculous.
So this isn't hard, so mark down somewhere on your character sheet that is 1 success.
Alright.
So you can only attempt... So that's the first research session. You just spend a series of sessions over a number of days researching this. And the way it works is it's basically, I've thought this up as the same way as the way death saves work. So you need 3 successes to learn the formula.
Yep.
But if you fail 3 times, it just proves beyond your character's ability to research that.
Oh.
Good news is, so you got 1 success so far.
Yep.
So just mark down 1 success, no fails somewhere on that.
Alright. That's basically it for me for today. I'm going to research that. Probably go down to the common room, drag you away from your spells once or twice, have something to eat.
Well, yeah, it's only going to take an hour to finish that up.
Yeah. And then I guess we're going to go for another long rest.
Yes. So before we move on, is there anything of yours that you want me to inscribe this rune on?
A bag of holding would be a good idea.
Okay.
Because, well, it has everything in it.
Okay, I can do that. I've already inscribed it on mine. So that's half of them gone, but mark somewhere by your bag of holding that, in brackets, that there's a rune of locating is on it.
Yep, done.
So just in case it wasn't clear, I said there's now 4 of these runes in existence. I have to declare which one I'm focusing on to activate it.
Alright.
So I can't snap my fingers and suddenly know the location of all of them. It's 1-to-1, and I have to spend an action and a full round concentrating to learn its location.
Why don't we try it out?
Okay.
I'm going to go for a stroll.
Okay. How long do you want me to wait?
This is hide and seek.
Yes, how long?
Count to 20.
Alright, I wait, we'll say 3 rounds, because that's 18 seconds.
Right. And then,
I will trigger the rune on your bag of holding.
what do I see?
So, there is a rune now on it, which is now glowing bright blue. So depending where you are, it's shedding quite a bit of light. 15 feet of bright light and 15 feet of dim light.
Yep.
And that's quite visible.
My satchel is glowing brightly.
Yeah, well,
This may attract some attention up in the streets.
the rune is glowing brightly on it. Yes. Alright.
That's still a fair amount of light.
That is still an amount of light, yes. And I learn wherever you are.
Okay. Then you can come find me.
Yes. Where are you?
I just went for a walk.
Okay. Not undeclared location. So I said, well, the spell works at least.
Yeah, can we not really stop glowing?
As soon as I stop concentrating on the rune, it stops.
Okay. That's it. There's nothing else I want to do. We did a lot of shopping last scenario, so...
Yeah, we did get some gold, but you gave a good majority of it away.
Yes. Actually, there's one thing I want to do. We're not going to play it. It'll just be... I want to replenish my used up food portions. I don't think we did that last time.
We did not, no.
I'm going to replenish my stores of food.
But I still have 15 days worth.
Yeah, but we can also refresh it and possibly get some new food.
Okay.
It's alright.
So, how much do you think we should... It was 3 weeks last time. Do you think we should get that again?
Yeah.
Alright, so that's only 6 more days worth of food.
Well, I'm going to
21
turn
days.
some of it over because I know bags of holding technically...
No, we don't actually know that for certain. I don't think it says anywhere they stop the flow of time or anything.
Yeah, I can't imagine. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to replenish my food.
Alright, so how much does this cost us? Because we are obviously buying more food.
Usually a day's worth of food is around about a silver piece.
Alright, so...
21 silver pieces.
Alright. I had a good amount of silver on me currently, so that's fine. I can put some of that towards that.
Slash off a couple of gold if you want.
I actually still have the silver. I still have 106 silver in my bag of holding, so I'm going to give 21 of that.
I thought we gave that to the girls.
This is extra silver. This is just other silver.
Oh, good lord. I didn't know you were mining silver while we're hoofing it over here.
I wasn't.
Alright, enough background stuff. So we go to sleep.
Alright.
End of this long day of research and spell holding. And this time...
Goodbye, too. I'm just rolling new portents, I assume.
Yes.
Fine, yep. Alright, so we don't have to get interrupted in the middle of our long rest. That's nice. Alright.
Alright, when we wake up in the morning, I assume we're going to go down and have a bite to eat.
Yep.
There.
Oh, I suppose we should wait before that. We should prepare new spells.
Do you want to change any of your spells?
I did, because the last time we prepared them, it was for combat and going down into some sewers to fight rats. And a basilisk we didn't know existed.
Yep.
Okay. Are you changing yours around at all?
I'm just having a look now. Nah. I'll just leave it as is. I can't really do much in the way of changes without foreknowledge, which I have. While you're doing that.
Okay, yeah. That's good.
Alright. So we go down into the common room for breakfast. And we notice something. Or, sorry, you notice something, I guess I should say.
I know something, okay.
Now, first off, we've been here now a few days. And usually, well, yesterday we didn't come down in the morning because we were asleep.
Yes.
Usually there's, maybe 5 to 10 people in here having breakfast at any given moment. The place is empty except for the 2 patrons, the 2 people who run the place. The Goliath and the green scale Dragonborn.
Yeah, so that's Acra and, hang on, just, Vothak, I believe was his name? Yeah, Acra and Vothak.
And as we're sitting down to have something to eat, something else strikes you as odd. They seem nervous.
Okay, they seem nervous.
Are they on edge?
I'm just gonna take a look around the room to see if there's anything that really would explain why they would be nervous, I suppose.
Well, perception check.
Yeah.
You have
So,
advantage, because I'm definitely going to be cued into this as well.
okay. Let's see what happens. First root, that's cocked. It was better, but it was still cocked. So 15 total.
Alright. You know how people are usually stand behind bars, spend a lot of their
Not
time.
really, but yes. Okay.
Alright. In these types of scenarios, bartenders and in books and all that sort of stuff that you've read, they spend an awful lot of time apparently cleaning mugs all the time.
Yes, they do. That does seem to come up a lot. I don't know why.
And that's exactly what they're doing. They're both doing this, and they do keep their eyes averted, and they are fidgety a little bit. They seem a little on edge,
Okay.
which is unusual because one of them is like, what, 8 feet tall?
Yes.
And the other is a dragonborn.
Who is also quite tall.
They are normally what you would consider more robust individuals. The other thing you know is that there's only one other difference. Besides the fact that the room is empty,
Yes.
the serving girl is new. You haven't seen her before.
Oh, they.
But then again, we've only been here twice for breakfast now. This will be the 3rd? No.
This would technically be our 3rd
Yeah.
day staying here, yes, I think.
Sure. Yeah, she is new. You haven't seen her before.
Okay.
And I also noticed there seems to be maybe not really noise coming from the streets, but there does seem to be some people in front of the doors. There seems to be a conversation of some kind going on. It's not like loud or arguing or anything. It just seems to be a conversation of some kind happening outside the building.
Okay. Is the door open?
To the inn?
Outside, yes.
Yeah,
No?
that's closed.
That's close, okay.
At this point, the new serving girl comes up and says, "Gentlemen, what can I get you for breakfast? What would you like to eat and drink?" She seems perfectly normal, fine.
Okay. I guess we'll order food and drink.
Alright. So, just basically whatever they have.
Yeah, it's basically whatever they have.
So she heads off and goes to do that.
Are there windows?
Yes.
There are windows in here, so I can take a look outside the window to see what's going on outside?
Okay, you've got a set of windows, right? And then to the side is where the door is. And you think the conversation is coming from the other side of the door.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to walk up to the window and have a look?
Yes.
Roll a perception check, please. Or investigation, whichever you prefer. Because you are actively looking.
I'll go investigation because it is higher for me. And this is just a solitary roll, so that's not bad. 18.
Alright. There seems to be not really an argument, but it's a bit of confusion happening out front. There's two gentlemen there. You can't see their faces because they're basically you kind of have a bit of a side-on view of them, but basically every part that you see of them is covered because you're not seeing their faces. You're seeing the faces of the people who are talking to them.
So their backs are to us, basically.
Almost backside, but they're wearing cloaks and they have a hood up, and they seem to be having an animated conversation with currently two people that want to get in. You haven't seen them before either, but
that's not unusual.
Yeah, I mean, we've only been here a few days, so.
However, them not wanting them in is. So there's two people. So basically, there are two shady-looking individuals.
Well, shady. Two individuals you can't see who
are keeping patrons from entering the tavern, which is why it's probably so dead in here.
Yes.
Okay.
And at this point, the serving girl comes back and says, "Gentlemen, please take your seats. I have your food for you."
Okay. All right. So I assume she puts the drinks and the food down?
Yes. She seems a little nervous.
Okay. How quick was that food prepared, out of curiosity, compared to the last few times we've... I know it's dead in here, but still.
Right,
I don't know if I can roll for this.
This is not a restaurant. Think of it more like a buffet that they serve for you. It's all pre-cooked. There's a pot somewhere back there, you assume, where they keep everything hot, and they just, serve up a bowl of whatever, and a cup of food and a drink.
Okay.
You have cider, so, yeah, it shouldn't take more than about 5-10 minutes max, even when it's busy. And this didn't take long at all, maybe. The length of time for you to walk from our seat to the window, have a look, make whatever perceptions you wanted about it all, and then she was there. It was fairly quick.
Okay.
Less than a minute.
Okay, so she puts the food and drinks down and then leaves, I guess?
No, she's actually just standing there waiting for you, like she's begging you to come and eat, because this is, her job.
Alright, and she's nervous.
She's nervous.
Well, this is not a normal situation, I think to myself. Okay.
So what do you want to do?
I'm going to take a walk over to the bar. Just try to talk to Akron Vothak for a moment. And as I do, I reach into my component pouch and I'm going to take out a copper piece I have sequestered in there as a spell component. And I'm going to try and surreptitiously cast Detect Thoughts as I walk over to them.
Alright, go for it.
Specifically, I'm trying to be surreptitious of this nervous tavern maid who is...
So, from what I gather from what you just said, you're going to try and keep your back to the serving girl.
Yeah.
And you're going to head towards the two people that you know.
Yeah.
And cast Detect Thoughts.
Who know I'm a magic user, but they probably know I'm not going to do anything untoward to them, at least at this point. Alright. So what type of roll would this be for me? Sleight of hand? Stealth? Okay. Either of those?
Yep.
Alright, I think it sounds like sleight of hand. So I'm going to use another portent because dexterity is not my strong suit. So it's a 17 plus 1, so 18 total.
Alright.
And I'm also marking down the fact that I'm casting Detect Thoughts. 1 second.
Okay. Just mark off your first level spell.
Second.
Second level spell.
Yeah, this is a brand new spell that I got for reaching 4th level.
Alright.
So this is the first time casting this. As
behind you, you hear, what are you doing?
So I assume I failed that then.
Nat 20 beats everything.
Okay.
And what do you do?
Well, like I said, I was doing that and walking over towards them.
You cast the spell.
Yep.
And you heard from behind you, what are you doing? You should be eating.
I'm ignoring her. She's waiting staff. She should be used to being ignored by patrons.
Alright. The next thing you hear is a very loud whistle.
Okay. So, I did cast the spell.
Yes.
Which means I can detect the thoughts of anyone within 30 feet of me.
Yes.
So, is there anyone within 30 feet of me that I can lock onto with this spell? As I cast it.
Everybody.
Okay. I'm going to choose Acra because she is the owner of this place, and so I just...
Her current service thoughts are, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a low whistle, you said?
No, not a low whistle, a very loud whistle, and the 2 front doors to the inn are abruptly opened up.
Okay.
2 cloaked and cowled individuals.
The individuals I described as shady.
Shady. They come in. They immediately slam the door behind them, and one of them is in the process of wrapping a rope around the latches so that they can't be opened from the outside. Shall we go for initiative?
Okay. Well, apparently I'm somewhat startled by this unsurprising event because I have a 3.
Alright, you were surprisingly surprised.
Unsurprisingly surprised, yeah.
Well, I have 14.
Someday I'm going to roll good initiative. Not today, though.
That is interesting.
Well, it was pretty obvious that this was some sort of trap.
Alright, so, this is what happens.
So I still have, Detect Thoughts for the next 9 rounds.
Okay, so
Sorry. Yeah.
you let me know if you want to focus on anyone's
It's a minute.
thoughts.
Oh, but it's an action. I'm pretty sure it's an action to do that.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to be dropping this spell.
Okay. One of the 2 individuals that came in the door is busily wrapping rope and lashing the 2 handles for the front door.
Yeah,
The
as
other
an action on
one
my
has
turn.
drawn 2, calling them daggers might be wrong, they look more like stilettos.
Okay, so a stiletto is a type of dagger.
Yeah, but it's more of a pokey kind instead of a... Well, anyway, it doesn't matter.
Daggers do cause piercing damage in D&D.
Yep. And he is now advancing on us. He has more than enough move rate to get to us, but at the same time...
Are we standing in the same area?
No, we're not.
So he has to pick one that wants to go to, I guess.
Yes. You're nearing the bar. I'm...
Yeah, you were seated.
Well, no. Did I give you advantage on your perception check outside?
No, I did not.
No,
I went alone.
Alright, fine then. You went, I'm there.
Yep.
Perfect Girl's by me, who is now also out of somewhere drawn 2 stilettos as well.
They're hard to conceal.
Not hard to conceal, and she is wearing, peasant
A dress.
stuff. So anyway, she's pulled up 2 daggers.
Anything that we can conceal anything I can conceal on my person with my robes, she can conceal on herself with her dress.
Alright, so, considering that setup, the one that is dancing, dancing on you.
Okay.
And the other one, the young lady,
Is advancing on you, I guess.
well, she's right there, so she's going to attack.
Okay.
So she's going to attack me first. And I'm going to roll for her attack roll. That is a 15 plus 2. 17. That is definitely a hit. So she stabs me with the stiletto.
Which is not a high amount of damage.
No. It is 3 points of damage. But I feel a burning sensation.
No, the daggers are poisoned. I thought the food was going to be. That was my first thought.
Oh, I need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Well, roll better than I did last time.
Oh, fortunately, I rolled 10 plus my Constitution bonus is enough that I'm not poisoned.
Okay, so 14 beats the DC. Also, fortunately, you have all your luck points back now.
Yes. That is her turn.
Okay.
And now the gentleman who's attacking you.
Okay, he's attacked. So I am getting attacked. Okay.
He rolls a natural 1, trips over something,
And drops his daggers.
manages to keep his feet, but he doesn't get the attack.
Okay.
He doesn't drop his daggers now.
Oh.
Now, you're at the bottom of the list, but I'm up next.
Okay, so they all go before both of us. Okay.
Yeah. So, we now have 3 assailants.
Yep. One who's currently tying the door together.
Yes. I am going to... Well, there's 3 of them. I'm going to cast Mirror Image.
Okay.
No action. I'm in combat with her, so I'm not gonna back away. That brings us up to you. What are you gonna do?
Okay. My very first thought when I was preparing spells this morning is, no, I'm probably not going to need, I'm not going to want to have Frost Fingers prepared. Admittedly, it's not much more useful in the situation, but I think I am going to take a page from your book and cast the other spell I learned when we reached 4th level, which is Mirror Image.
Oh, there you go.
So now there's 4 of both of us. Admittedly, this guy didn't seem too competent with those daggers when he nearly fell on them.
That'd be sad. Falls on his own dagger and poisons himself.
But I think I'm also not going to move. So yeah, it's an action to cast that spell, so I don't have anything else to do, unfortunately.
Right. So that is that round. So the
Very
other
uneventful.
The other fellow tying the door has finished doing so.
Okay.
And he is now going to decide, odds you, evens me, to see who he's going to attack. And it is you. Well, it makes sense anyway, because you are the closest.
Okay.
He's going to close the distance easily. He has rolled a 19 to hit you. So...
Alright, well, that beats shield, but let's try Mirror Image out here. Okay, I need a 6 or higher. 9.
Alright,
So it hits an image.
Takes a stab, and one of your images fades.
Yeah.
The other gentleman...
Yeah, I have 2 of them on me.
And is now swinging to hit you for 14 to hit.
Right, that would hit. Do I want to... how many spell slots do I have to burn through here is the question. They have poison daggers. I am going to use my reaction to cast shield.
Alright, so you are now...
Let's go for the guaranteed thing here.
19 for the next round.
Yes.
Okay.
And I still have 2 images.
Yeah.
So it looks... So basically, I put my arm in front of me to cast the shield spell, and I have 2 copies doing the exact same thing.
Exactly.
Now there's 3 shield spells.
It looks like the young lady is flustered at this point because she misses me.
Okay.
So, my turn.
Your turn. And what spell I also didn't prepare? Sleep.
I do have sleep prepared. But there's no saying that they have more or less hit points than us at this point, really. So I think maybe we'll hold off on that.
You can aim.
I can aim.
Anyway.
Something to yell out?
No. That's fine. No, come to your own decision.
I am going to conserve spell slots. I still have 3 images. I am going to try and firebolt the young lady beside me, but it'll be a disadvantage because I'm in melee with her.
Yes.
Well, that takes care of that.
Miss?
Miss. Well, one of them was really nice.
Oh, good. The inn is now on fire.
So, that was a bad choice. We're up to you now.
Up to me. How hardy do these 2 rogues look?
You want to take time to...
No, it was just a question to see if I'm just trying to guess their constitutions.
Not stamped on their foreheads.
No, I know. Well, there's 2 of them, so I'm concerned about that. I am burning through spell slots here, but this is definitely a situation in which it calls for it. I am going to hit the one who did not trip and fall with a magic missile.
Oh. Why the constitution question then?
I was considering if I wanted to do frostbite or not, but I decided no, there's 2 of them. Let's just go for guaranteed damage. Okay, well, alright, 1, 4, 8, 11 points of force damage.
11 points of force damage. Alright, I was down somewhere. Alright, it's not like that.
Alright, but he's still standing.
Still standing.
I say to the one I hit with magic missile, says,
Hold on a second. I want to check one thing first.
in the middle of my threat?
In the middle of your threat. No, my bad. I forgot who he was.
Oh.
He is down.
So he's at least unconscious, if not dead. Alright. I will turn to the other one beside me and says, if I were you, I would run at this point. His friend's lying on the ground unconscious, or dead. Do you want me to roll intimidation or something?
I rolled a natural 20, so I wouldn't bother.
Okay.
Unless you roll another natural 20.
No.
What did you roll?
14 total. Not bad.
Not embarrassing, at least.
Now, you would think that having taken out one of his allies in a single spell, that would be impressive.
Yeah.
But no, apparently not.
Apparently not.
Right. Well, that's my turn.
He's going to try and stab you.
Okay. I take it that's a no.
No, he failed. The lady's going to try and hit me. And can't get her act together at all. Not even beating my normal armor class. Okay.
Wow, that's your armor class is not very high. It's 13 if I remember correctly. Well, it's only the 1 lower than mine, so it's not bad.
I have terrible rolls today.
Yeah.
Alright, seeing the magic missile being so effective, I'm going to do the same.
Okay.
I'm going to use a wand charge.
Yes, you do have more magic missiles than I do.
And she goes down.
Do we want one of these them alive? Is a question. And I ask myself as I do not prepare sleep.
Okay,
You have
you're up now, so you can communicate something with me if you wish.
I said to you, might be a good idea to take one of these alive.
You,
Is what I say.
what are you going to do as your action?
Alright. Well, he's probably going to get another chance to stab me, and I want to conserve spell slots. I'm just going to hit him with frostbite. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can do this non-lethally, but I assume I can.
Well, We'll find out. He rolled a 14.
My spell save DC is 15, so that's, if it's a Constitution modifier?
He does not.
3 points of cold damage, and disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Alright.
Yay! Frostbite's working again, I say.
That's the first time it has worked in quite a while.
A few sessions, yes.
Alright. He is,
My DC's gone up.
Really?
Yes.
So you told me you want this guy.
I said it would probably be a good idea to take one of these alive, so it's either take him alive or try and stabilize one of the dying ones, I guess. It's all the same in the long run.
You had to say that, eh? Alright.
But are they dead? I guess we can't check.
That's good. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast Sleep.
Okay.
I'm going to try and not catch you in this.
Well, they definitely have fewer hit points than I do.
Oh yeah, at this point for sure.
This is gonna be the one time you roll high.
Well, that's an 8.
That's an 8.
That's a 6.
That's a 14.
Oh, there's a 2.
16.
Another 8.
24.
And another 2.
26. That's under my hit points, so I'm fine.
You're fine. The other fellow crumples to the ground. But I'll aim it properly.
It's fine, it doesn't matter.
Alright.
However many hit points he has left, he goes down, and the rest is the total isn't enough for me. I am going to, since we're air combat, take out my rope, and we're going to try and tie this guy up. Because sleep only lasts a minute.
Okay. The young lady. Hold on a sec. Oh, he's bad luck. Okay, the young lady's alive. Unconscious. I am going to attempt to stabilize her.
Tie her up first. No, wait, stabilizing doesn't wake them up. It's fine.
I rolled a 1.
I think, okay, I don't think you stay... well, hang on, if she's alive... Did you roll death saves for her?
Yes, I did. And she had failed 2 of them. And I rolled a 1.
Oh. I think that means she fails a death save automatically.
Yeah. She is no longer with us.
My heart bleeds.
Well, hers does anyway.
I'm going to tie up this guy. So,
Right.
that's dexterity, presumably.
Yes. I'm curious to see how well you do it.
Okay, well, that's an 11.
Yeah, so Midland.
Midland, unless you want to give it a try. I say.
Oh, there's going to be 2 of us standing over this guy. We're going to disarm him.
Yes. I mean, this is the one who nearly fell on his own daggers. So that's not going to be difficult.
Alright, so. A few things happen at this point while we're waiting for him to wake up. First off, the patrons.
How many rounds was that?
How many rounds?
Yes, that wasn't that long.
Oh, it was like 3.
3, okay. Then I still have 6 rounds of attack thoughts left because I took no damage. And I cast no concentration spells.
I thought you said you were going to drop it, but that's alright.
Well,
That's fine.
I said I would probably have to end up dropping it to cast a concentration spell, but it didn't come up.
Alright.
So, I have a few rounds of that left. Telepathy now.
Our
And I say, well, that's one way to start a morning.
Yep. Our patrons, the Dragonborn and
Yeah.
the Lion,
Akra and Vothak.
are greatly relieved at this point.
I said, so I take it this does not happen commonly around here.
No, they're
I am, I say to Akra, targeting her with detect thoughts.
sorry. What did you ask her?
I take it this does not happen commonly around here. And I target her with detect thoughts. Just surface thoughts so she doesn't sense my scrying.
You detect emotionally lots of relief.
Yes.
She's so happy that this is over. Basically, she was told what to do on pain of death, and she's quite happy that it worked out well. That's it. She's very happy that they're both alive. Kind of happy that we're alive.
Alright. Any idea who these three were?
She looks like you're kind of puzzled when you get the expression as, how can they not know about the assassins? This is like, she's kind of puzzled that you wouldn't know that they exist.
I say, well, we did just get into town not too long ago.
Hold on a sec. At this point, you smell a bit of a burning smell.
I think something's burning.
Well, you look, it's coming from towards the door.
Oh, is the inn on fire?
No. But you notice as you look in that direction, because that's where the smell's coming from, the ropes that were tying the latches together are smoldering, they catch on fire, and they drop away from the latches.
Magic ropes, I say.
And then the doors open.
Oh, or ropes being burned by magic.
Ropes being burned by magic seems to be what you might guess. A gentleman walks in. He is hard to tell his gender.
Okay.
Or her gender, it's hard to say. Dapper, like really well dressed.
Okay.
Pants. Looks to be something like a silk shirt of kind of an off color, like it's not like a cream color kind of thing. A vest, has a walking stick, and is carrying a book in one hand. And
This is Hugh Jackman's character from I can't remember what that film was, like Greatest Show or something. It sounds very similar to that.
Yeah, it just looks out of place, if nothing else.
All right.
And he walks over to one of the chairs and pulls out a cloth. You might think it's like a hanky or something, and dusts off the chair a little bit, and sits down and puts his cane and his book on the table and just sort of seems to be watching what's going on.
Okay.
About this time, someone's waking up.
No.
You forgot about him, did you?
No, but if he's waking up, then a minute has passed, which means Tech Thoughts is gone.
Oh, yeah. You have a rather panicky-looking young gentleman in front of you.
Yes, I would be concerned if I were in your position. I say that to him, but I'm still looking over at this bizarre individual who has just walked in with entered this tavern through admittedly not too difficult magical means, but has walked in with very little concern for one, their safety, and two, the obvious spectacle that is right in the center of this tavern.
Yes.
That is not hidden at all.
Yes.
So it's like, see, this is why I wanted to tech. Oh dear. Oh well, I can recast it, I guess.
The gentleman sitting down sighs. Seems a bit, not quite exasperated sigh, but a little bit of a sigh. He stands up and he says, "Excuse me for a minute," he says to you, and walks over to the prone and tied up gentleman, pulls a sword out of his cane.
Oh no, I was wrong. It's John Steed.
And stabs the thief, or assassin. Whatever.
You rolled. I can't do anything. Too late.
And kills him. Then bends down, wipes his sword off on the person's clothes, replaces his sword in his cane, and goes back and sits in his chair and says, "Sorry about that, but I cannot let my identity be known by these people."
And who is he referring to, these people? I assume he was speaking to me when he said that.
No, he was speaking to you in reference to the now 3 dead assassins.
Well, I assume from that statement you are somehow involved in this affair.
I have skills. I've been hired by some people in town, mostly to, how can I put this? I was sent to see if you might be of use. and I heard about this little plot to eliminate you guys, so I thought I would see how it turned out.
I turn to you and I say, I think we've been down this road once before.
Yeah, it does seem to be a bit of a theme, doesn't it? Well, this guy doesn't have any, grinning face. So, would you like to know why these assassins have been sent after you?
Yes, I would also like to know why you, admittedly, belatedly, tried to stop them.
Oh, I wasn't trying to stop. I wanted to see if you were of any talent. You have proven yourselves. Therefore, I'm quite willing to help you out. The information that you were trying to get from this, and he points at the corpse, would not have helped you. They are not in the habit of knowing all the details. I do. Your entrance into the city was not unobserved. And there are certain forces at play here that think, well, first off, it was a breath of fresh air. And other forces that think you're upsetting things, that the way things have always worked. So there are people who are happy that you're doing these things, and those that want to see you eliminated. And the group specifically, in this particular case, is the slavers. They hired the assassins to have you removed because, well, first off, they're losing face because you eliminated some of their operatives, freed some of what they consider their property,
and rode into town on their wagon.
Yes, as abhorrent as that all is, not everybody sees things in the same kind of light as my employer and myself.
I just, in response to that question, I just want to see how truthful he's being and forthright with that statement about the abhorrence of slavery. I just want to see how honest he's being about that. Yes. I was trying to avoid saying that.
Alright.
Ooh, that's really good. That's a 24 in total. Admittedly, he might be a really good liar.
You definitely think that he is being truthful.
Alright, well, that's a step in the right direction, at least.
Yeah. No, he's a really good liar.
Either that or he's a really good liar. Well, I can only trust my instinct and insight on that roll there, so that's what I have to go with.
Alright. It says, I would like to see the slavers, if not eliminated, taken down a peg or two because, again, I think people should be able to make their own decisions about life, not have it stolen from them. And he also glances at the assassins. You can tell by his look that he lumps them both in the same kind of pile.
Yeah, in a certain sense of the word, he's right.
Yes. And he says, well, I'm satisfied. So he stands up and he brushes his clothes off, straightens them out a little bit, excuse me,
Yes.
sticks his hanky back in his pocket and says, if you would like to get some revenge, as I would like to see you do, there is a boat, not in the harbor itself, but anchored out in the channel that you might want to go visit. And he gives you a folded up piece of paper. Well, basically just gives you a flick. And it sails quite nicely over towards you.
I will attempt to catch it.
Alright, let's see if we don't screw ourselves here.
That's a 7?
You miss.
That's fine.
Okay. You pick it up.
Yes.
The details are on there. And I bid you good day. He gives a slight bow and leaves.
Okay. Yeah. Well, obviously, dexterity is not my strong suit. I say.
Notice this, almost the second he steps outside the door, the watch shows up.
Okay. I say, that is no coincidence.
And they walk in and say, oh, what's going on here? And
I say to I look at you and I say, response time is not good here. How long has it been since this started? I don't know.
Well, it's only been a few minutes. This is actually very good response time, to tell you the truth. But it is, as you said, seems
way too convenient.
Yeah.
That was.
He takes a look at the prone individuals,
The dead individuals.
Yeah, the dead individuals. And
Well, we can't exactly say we didn't kill. We did kill 2 of them.
yeah, he waves to a couple of the guards to check them over.
I don't think we're going to be in too much trouble here, though.
He walks up to you and says, "Can you care to elaborate what happened here?"
As much as I can, I'm going to try and explain to him as much as I'm aware of what happened, which seems to be that those 2, I point to the thugs who were standing outside, kept all the patrons out while this other rogue, dressed up as waiting staff, tried to feed what I presume to us is poisoned food, but we haven't checked. And
he holds up a finger and says, "Hold on a moment." Goes over to the food that we were served,
yeah.
puts a finger in it, believe it or not, and tastes it.
Oh, I was confident in their constitution.
Wrinkles his nose and makes that face that is nasty. Continue.
Okay. I said, I noticed that there was an odd commotion going outside, looked out the window, saw them barring everyone from entering, decided to go over and talk to, I gestured to Akron and Vothak, says, at which point I assume that a signal was given and the other 2 came in and they drew weapons and a fight ensued.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to say we killed 2 of them, subdued 1. Some strange individual came in out of the blue and killed the 3rd one, and then left immediately before your officers arrived.
Well, he says, with the exception of whatever this strange individual was, everything else seems to check out with what we see here.
I'm sorry, I have no other way of wording this besides insight check.
Well,
Okay, still good. 20 total.
you can't really tell whether he's lying or not.
But I still have a pretty good idea that he is. Just personally.
Yep.
There is absolutely no way he could have missed that person leaving.
Well, as far as you can tell from talking to him,
I can't tell.
you can tell.
Alright.
He isn't lying that you can tell. Or even omitting any truth from what you can tell.
Okay.
So anyway...
That just might mean they're literally paid not to see him or something.
So, what happens is...
I assume they take the bodies.
Yeah, one of the watch individuals heads off, and while this gentleman is talking to you, he asks this questions like over and over again. It's this watch thing that they do. He talks to you for
I try not to
far longer.
lose my patience with it, which is repeated questioning, which is quite possibly one of the most things that annoys me the most. Is just listening to people talk over and over again.
Yeah. Maybe I should get you to roll your ability to hide your emotions. Don't bother.
No, that's fine.
Anyway, in short order...
Because if this goes on for too long, I won't.
Yeah, a wagon shows up.
I hope it's a hearse.
It's actually the kind of wagon that they use for drunks when they're being a little too enthusiastic with their entertainments. And
They're not drunk, they're dead.
These guys, no, they throw them in the back. Not very gently either.
Well, they're dead. There's not much point left to being gentle.
Well, it's not so much the gentleness as maybe the reverence for dead people. I'm not sure what you want to call it, but they're just so much cordwood.
I think the phrase is respect for the dead, but okay.
Yes. And He says, well, it seems pretty open and shut here. We'll be keeping an eye on you. And he leaves.
Well, that'll make you the third person, at least, I say after they leave.
Alright, so...
Okay, so this is... I say, so, this is definitely...
First half hour of our day is gone now.
I say, so much for searching those corpses.
Yeah, they're gone.
They're gone. We're not getting those back. They are going to disappear from the face of the planet.
Probably. Well, you're hungry.
It's poisoned, so I guess we're going to ask for non-poisoned food and drink. I don't, because I assume it is.
Yes, it is poison. You're very, very definite about that. Yes, they're very happy to take that away.
Yes.
Dispose of it and supply you with fresh food. And she says, on the house. I'm
Okay.
terribly sorry about this. I mean, this is not the kind of thing that happens here. I mean, we've heard stories, but, this is the first time.
Oh, good. It's good that this isn't every day here. That we just managed to find the off day that it didn't happen.
Yeah, that's right. You're just so lucky the first 2 days because you didn't get poisoned and stabbed. But,
Yeah, and I was turned to stone during those days.
Yeah. Well, they couldn't poison you then, at least. Alright, so we eat breakfast.
We eat breakfast, and I'm going to also try and do a short rest while we sit here and eat and drink.
Alright, I was going to say it was going to be a total of an hour since we got up, but we're going to make an hour and a half.
Yeah, we're gonna take a bit longer because we did spend a lot of spells there.
We did we?
I did.
Alright, so...
You did too.
Yep, I will get back my second level spell slot. I will have still used up one, the sleep spell slot, so first level.
I only got 2 back. Do I want 2 first or do I want a second? That's the question.
You have no second level spell slots at the moment. Oh no, yeah.
I have 1.
Yeah.
Alright, I think I might regret this, but I'm going to go for the more spell slots, so I'm going to get back 2 firsts.
Alright.
Okay. I took no damage.
I took 3 hit points.
You can roll hit die if you want.
I'll use up a hit die. I can't get less than 3.
Yes.
Can't get less than 5, for that matter.
Alright, so after we do that, I'm going to take out that bit of paper and look at it.
Oh, I thought you might have forgotten about it.
No, I did not. I was just waiting for everything to subside.
Alright, so you take up a piece of paper,
Yes.
and it has a name on it. It doesn't have anything else.
Right, what is the name?
Well, it has a D before it, so you assume it's the name of the boat.
Okay. What is the name?
The Ankara.
Okay. I say, yeah, that definitely sounds like the name someone would give a boat.
I don't know. Lazy Susan.
It's got the word anchor in it. This is some seaman's idea of being witty, I think.
Well, so we know where they are based, in theory.
In theory, we have no idea where it is in practice.
Well, we are finished our rest and our breakfast. And if we hang around any longer, we can have lunch.
No, it's probably best to get going.
So what do you want to do?
Alright. Well, we know where the waterfront is. We were over there before.
Yeah, we were just off of it when we were doing our little sewer hunt.
So the first...
You have seen the river.
Yes, we've seen the river.
Yep.
We've also seen it's probably not the most pleasant river to go swimming in, considering the sewage empties out into it.
Yeah. It is a river. It's probably more more pleasant than walking through the sewers as we were doing.
Yes. Also, there are those who practice magic here. There might be some way of purifying that water.
In a river, I probably wouldn't bother. Just wait for the current to take whatever it is away.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not Ottawa River level of pollution.
No, they're not dumping metric tons into it. It's just,
And now everyone on the internet knows where we're based.
I take it you were going to head out of this place?
Yes, it's probably a good idea to head towards the river just to take a look around to see if we can find any boats that match.
Roll down here.
Yeah.
And then cruise along here looking for...
The Ankara.
Ankara.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Alright, so I guess we're rolling. Is it rolling perception, I presume? From.
Well, I'll probably wait until you get to the river.
Okay, so we're not there yet.
No.
Alright, yeah, let's head that way.
I mean, actually, anyway. Now that I say that.
Sorry?
Roll a perception check, please.
No,
We're not there yet.
Not there yet? Just me?
Just you.
Oh dear. 9.
Okay. So we stroll along, go through the center of town, head down towards the waterfront, and currently there are 3 boats docked in these berths here on the wharfs, and being loaded and unloaded, and all those things that they tend to do at these busy ports. You do notice there is a single boat anchored out in the middle of the channel.
Okay. So I take it just looking by the 3 ships that are in dock are not called the Ankara.
You don't have to roll that, though.
No, okay.
Their names are written on the sides, and they're not the Ankara.
I say, alright, well, you have an owl who can fly out there into that river and check the name of that boat for us, I think.
Yes, I do.
Alright. I think that's a good first step.
Alright, I do so. Alright. My owl flies out and definitely validates the fact that that is the Ankara.
Alright. So, the one and only clue we have, thanks Steed, tells us that whoever's behind all of this is somehow based in that boat out there.
Yes.
So how far from the shore is that boat?
It's midstream, so you're looking at probably about 100 yards.
Alright. And 100 yards in feet is?
300 feet.
Okay. Well, I definitely can swim that distance with ease.
Yep.
I can also swim underwater with ease.
Yep.
Alright, you have that cap now.
Yes. I bought a cap of water breathing.
Okay.
What a coincidence. But actually it is.
Because I was the one who put it in the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, so we
get there unnoticed if you like.
We could if we swim low enough.
Well, the water's not that deep. Well, you don't really know.
I have a cantrip that I can control the opacity and murk in water.
Maybe you don't know how deep the water is. That's all I was trying to say.
Yes. But most people are... well, they might be on watch against that. Yeah. Did you ever see anyone, like, any watch or anyone on guard?
I did not ask my help that look, so... I'll roll a perception with disadvantage to see if I noticed that, because I wasn't paying attention to that part. I'll waste of a natural 20. Yes, I did notice there is guard stuff.
Okay.
I also noticed that they have 2 ballista
Oh, well, that's overkill.
mounted on the sides of the boat.
Alright. Alright, so I have a swimming speed of 30 feet. I can, so dashing, I can get there in 5 rounds. And you would get there in 10.
So unless you want to get there ahead of me, we're going to get there in 10 rounds.
Yeah. So swimming there is not the problem.
What's the problem?
Getting there unnoticed, on the other hand, might be. I do have fog cloud prepared. I could fog them if I want. That may be a little suspicious.
Hey, the water is not clear. It's not murky brown or anything like that. It's not sewage, but the water's not crystal clear either.
Yes.
So.
Yes, we probably could easily swim there.
Unless you're swimming on the surface, it is unlikely that.
Well, I can breathe underwater, so I don't have to swim on the surface. And you have your cap now.
Yep.
The only question is, are we prepared to head out there at the moment and deal whatever is on there? That's a question.
Alright. How do you want to answer that question?
Well, there are 2 sides to this. On the one hand, we can just go and we could go back to the inn, take a long rest, prepare spells more suited for a combat scenario that we might end up in, inside a ship with armed guards who are apparently hostile towards us, given the current events. But the downside to that is we might get attacked again at some point, because I assume this is not going to be a one attempt on our lives and then it's done with. On the other hand, we could go in there just now, sneak aboard, and try and find out what's going on and deal with the situation with spells prepared, which may not be the best for that situation, and having already spent spent a few spell slots.
Decisions.
This is a tough decision. You have any thoughts on the matter?
Alright. Going now will have an element of surprise.
Yes.
Because from their perspective, there are assassins going to kill us at this moment, so they think we are currently either dead or occupied.
Depending on how fast word travels around here.
Yes. Depending upon whether they had lookouts or whatever, and...
Yes, bearing in mind we did finish eating and have a short rest, so...
Yeah, it's not
inconceivable that they have received word at this point.
It's not. But if we go back for another 8-hour rest,
they'll definitely know.
Then they'll definitely know something's up.
Yeah.
And be more prepared. Because then they'll also have the concern that we dealt with their parent force that was going to get rid of us.
Admittedly, rather pitiful force, but... Yes, those were not the most competent assassins, but it does not mean the next group will not be more so.
There you go. That is the way it is. So, how do you want to do this?
Yeah, you convinced me. It's probably best we go now.
Okay.
Okay.
So, I gather from what you said is you're going to swim relatively close to the bottom?
Yes, because I can.
Alright.
Without any difficulty. How busy is the dock around here?
Alright. This area here,
Yeah.
we will be noticed.
Diving into the water.
If we go to either side or outside the walls and then go into the water in these areas, you have a much easier chance of being unobserved, especially considering you go outside the walls, there are copse of trees and stuff like that, so you can use cover. So,
Except as far as we know, due to the current problems with the grave robbing we heard about, there seems to be some degree of watch on the gates anyway.
Oh yeah, the gates still see you. Once you're outside the gate, then you have free motion. They can't watch everybody.
No. I think it's better if we stay in here, but yeah, let's move away from the docks.
So where do you want to go? You want to go north or south? North is...
Well, the warehouses are over there.
Yeah.
Because...
These are the part of the shipping yard.
Yeah.
These are warehouses along here, and these are warehouses as well. These are residential.
Okay. Well, let's go to one of the... Let's go by one of the warehouses that doesn't look too busy at the moment.
Okay. In this area here, it is very busy.
Yeah, so not there.
Once you get closer towards the wall, there's less activity. There are always, along that road that goes along the shore, there's always carts going, but once you pass on the other side of the buildings, there's much less activity.
Okay.
And much greater chance of being stealthy.
Okay. So we're going to go that way. We're going to go close to where the river is.
Yep.
I'm going to slot my staff through the harness I basically have set up for it to let me do that.
Yep.
And I guess we're going to dive in. You're going to put on your cap.
I'll put on my cap.
Yeah.
I'll put my staff in my bag of holding.
Yeah.
And
All right, you can do that.
I would like you to roll a stealth check, please.
I assume you're going to speak the word that lets you make the air bubble.
I do not want to drown.
Yes. Alright, so stealth. Alright, just
Stealth.
Alright, so no advantage due to our little caution. Just a straight roll.
Just a straight roll.
10.
Alright.
Hopefully there's no one around to see us.
So as we're doing a little prep, you do notice a couple of people, but they seem to be rather engaged in a conversation and don't seem to have noticed us as we slip into the water.
Okay. And then I'm going to dive down before I head.
Well, basically, you're just going to walk in. Because it's not like it's instant. If you had tried to get here, this part of the channel has been excavated, like dug out, dredged, and it is deeper here. But as you get closer this way, this seems more of a gentle slope into the water.
Okay.
But
Well, I'm going to take a walk down. I'm going to keep going down until the water goes past my head.
Yep.
And I'm going to start swimming.
Alright.
I'm going to keep heading down, trying to...
Okay. I want you to roll a general intelligence check.
Okay. That die's not rolling well. 12.
Okay, that's enough. It wasn't a high IDC. Just so you know, we're under the water. It's fairly murky. We are stirring up a fair amount of sediment as well. Just so you know what direction it is towards the boat. Just so you don't get lost. Though.
Okay.
Alright, so you start swimming out. Quite easy to do. You can see the light above you, of course. You're pretty sure that no one casually observing is going to see us at all.
Yeah.
There are lots of fish down here. I would like you now to roll a perception check as we get maybe about 50, 60 feet out, getting closer towards 100 feet.
Perception is 13.
You notice something odd. Well, as we go down the slope, first off, there's lots of weeds. That gradually peters out as we get down below the usual light levels for plant growth in fresh water. But you notice something odd about, as we're approaching that 100 feet away from the bank, moment where we're getting down into the deeper part of the lake, deeper part of the river.
Yep.
At this point, the channel is easily 50 feet deep, so it is a little bit darker down here. And you notice there seems to be something kind of gray, like a smooth gray surface, and it's not exactly emitting light or anything, but it is fairly dark down here, and you can see it.
Okay.
And that is a bit off to, your left, and slightly ahead of you.
Okay. Does it look like it's some sort of stone surface then?
Hard to tell from this distance. This is the first you've spotted it. It could be stone. It's difficult to tell until you get a little bit closer.
How far are we from the boat?
We've just about approaching the 100-foot mark, so we are now still about 200 feet away from the boat.
Okay, this is just off to the side and down.
Yeah, it's not in the direct path either. We would have to make a slight detour, about 40, 50 feet before we get there.
Well, I don't think that is going anywhere, I say. The boat might. I say. As curious as I am about that, I think we should probably stay on task at the moment.
Alright, so as we go by it, I would like you to make another perception check.
Sure.
And a stealth check, please.
Alright, perception first. Well, the good news is the perception is 6. The good news is the stealth is not a 4. Let's try rolling for stealth now. Oh, I was wrong. The stealth is a 4. That's 2 3s in a row.
Alright, what was your perception roll?
6.
6.
And stealth is 4.
Alright. Yeah, it's... If that is a rock, it's a very uniform rock. It looks kind of like a dome almost.
It could be a stone structure of some sort.
Could be. It's hard to tell. If it is obviously, well, not obviously fabricated, most likely fabricated because it seems quite uniform and most natural structures are not that uniform in shape.
Okay.
Alright. Now that's the third time I've dropped that. Alright.
Anything happen?
So
Anything happen?
yes, as we're driving, as we're swimming by,
Yeah.
our stealth checks are really bad.
They were.
Yes. And your perception check was really bad as well. You notice a pain in your calf muscle.
Ah!
To the tune of 3 points of damage.
Alright, well, it's not too bad.
Yep.
What? I look in the direction of where that happened.
You also feel a bit of a numbing sensation.
Good grief, everything is poison in today.
That's a damn poison. Can you roll me some Constitution saving throw, please?
I'm rolling really badly today. 9. That's
Alright.
below most DCs, I think.
Yep. You're numb. Sorry, the numbness in your legs seems to be spreading a little bit. You're having a hard time swimming. You notice that there is a kind of like a translucent barb stuck in your calf muscle, and there seems to be like a silken thread seems to be winding itself around your calf muscle.
This isn't like a jellyfish or something. Although they don't usually restrain people.
No. You feel a tug. You're being pulled, and you're being pulled towards that structure.
Good grief. I'm gonna hit the tendril, or whatever it is.
What?
Frostbite.
Right.
You have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, sorry, my bad. 4.
No, that's a definite fail.
Yep.
2 points of cold damage. And disadvantage. It's already attacked me and wrapped around me, so not going to do much good, I suppose, but disadvantage on next attack roll. Does it let go at this?
There doesn't seem to be any really response to the spell, except the fact you've cast this a number of times. It seems to form ice around, like we're in water, so
Yes.
the ice has formed around it now,
Yeah.
and there's a section of this bundle of threads or thread that seems quite, well, it's in a tube of ice now, with
Yes.
crystals around it. So there's an effect, but beyond that, you don't really notice anything, and the tugging towards the dome is continuing.
Help, I say. I assume you noticed this.
Oh yeah, I do now. I'm going to try and grab you and pull you in the opposite direction. Get over there, you. Roll 1.
Oh, good. You push me in the direction it's pulling.
Technically, I can't make it worse, but I think I am getting in the way and interfering with your ability to get away from this thing. I think we should roll for some initiative.
Oh, now I roll well. 16.
I have a 21. You have a 16.
Yes.
Well, we're in the first time in a long time going first. I am going to try and again pull you away from this thing. Alright, let's have a look at that. I am pretty close to what that should be. Well, I definitely give it a good try. You actually feel me pulling in one direction and the silk threading pulling in the other direction.
Yes?
But it doesn't seem to be quite enough to break it or break you free of it.
Okay.
You're up.
Alright. So, I'm presumably restrained by this thing. Or it is
The
grappled.
leg is.
Yeah. Alright, well, that didn't seem to work, so I'm going to take out my dagger.
Yep.
I'm going to see if I can sever this thread.
Alright. Roll the hip.
Alright.
Don't roll a 1.
Don't roll a 1 because I'll cut my own leg. Is this at disadvantage or anything because I'm underwater?
You're an aquatic creature, no.
Okay. Oh, well, that's not a 1, but I'm pretty sure a 6 isn't going to hit this thing.
No. You're having a hard time getting around all your ropes and stuff. It's just everything is in the water and everything seems to be entangling quite a bit.
Okay.
So
that's my action. Can I try to swim away from... I don't know if that's going to work.
you could have used your action to try and break free,
That's what I was trying to do. It's just
but
going about it differently than using strength.
yeah, with your -1, yeah. Nope, you're firmly attached. You can't go anywhere unless you want to head towards where you're being pulled.
Well, it's not entirely true. I still have a bonus action.
Yes, you do.
Alright. Alright, this is... I'm going to use my last second level spell slot. We're using these very early in the day. And I'm going to cast Misty Step
Alright.
and teleport 30 feet away from this thing.
Okay. You do so.
Yes. Good! This thing does not prevent me from teleporting. That's good. That would be annoying.
Alright, so now we get to the bottom of the round, and you see a disturbance in the bed of the silt.
Oh, whatever this thing is.
Really large, what looks to be insect-like, almost kind of a cross between some kind of beetle and a praying mantis, is now emerged from the silt, and it is heading towards us. Well, mostly me because
Because I teleport.
30 feet that way. And I was one. Wait a minute, where'd he go? Left me behind. It is a revenge for last session. I had to.
Well, I kind of had to, too. I didn't want to get pulled towards this thing.
Yes, and it does not have you harpooned anymore, so it is going to come to do that with me.
There's a type of creature that sounds pretty close to this that I remember about. It's like an animal, like some sort of... I think they're called sea scorpions or something like that, but I don't know if that's what this is.
Well, it rolled a natural 1.
Okay, so it doesn't hit you.
It does hit me. But its move rate is more than my move rate because I'm swimming. So it is in melee with me at this point. And it has already done its action. So we are going back to the top of the round, which is me.
Which is you.
Well.
Expeditious retreat will still work underwater.
Yes, but my swim rate is really bad.
True.
And I suspect because this is an aquatic creature, it probably can swim better than me.
Actually, that's true. Was I able to tell if it has a swim speed higher than mine?
You teleported away.
Yes, but I know how fast I swim.
True. Well, you can roll a check on your next initiative if you like. Alright, so, if it has done that, well, I'm a melee with it.
Yes.
So I'm
For the second time today, you're melee with something.
Yes, I know, this is getting quite repetitive for me. That's what I get for helping people out. Oh, so many things I could do. Oh, I want to get hit by this thing. I gotta cast this second level spell. Mirror image.
This is the day for mirror image, apparently.
Apparently. But I can't swim as well as you can, and just being caught in general doesn't seem to sit right with me. So I'm gonna cast that, and then we're up to you in initiative now.
So am I still numb? Not bound by this thing?
You can now roll at the beginning of your turn. Oh, sorry, at the end of your turn, you can roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
See how that goes.
Okay.
Actually, sorry, you should have done that at the end of your last turn.
So you want me to roll now?
Yep, my bad.
Alright, that's a 19!
Yeah, it's going fine.
Okay.
For some reason, as soon as you detached yourself, you started feeling much better.
Okay. Well, you are in melee with this thing, which means it's probably going to try and attack you again.
Yep. And I am 30 feet ahead of you.
Yes. Well, I'm not going to move. It's basically, if you're 30 feet from me, so is it.
Yes.
Effectively. I am going to hit it with another frostbite. Let's see how the main body likes this.
Alright.
I'm going to send another cloud of freezing cold at it. Underwater. That has to look really cool.
Really terrible lately. 7.
That's good. That's 5 points of cold damage, and it has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Woohoo! It does not like cold, that's for sure. It doesn't seem to respond any.
Okay. So it's not vulnerable to it, but it doesn't like it. That's good.
It doesn't like it. It was damaged. It responded as you would expect from something.
Okay. Now there's a secondary question I have. I'm casting cold spells underwater, which is likely freezing the water around us a little bit. Are little bits of ice floating up to the surface because ice is less dense than water?
At this point, no. Maybe in a little bit. Hopefully it'll melt before it gets there. Worried about us being spotted, are you?
Well, we're having a fight underwater. Who knows what can sense this? We can spot this.
True enough. Alright.
Its turn.
It is now going to try and attack me yet again. This time with disadvantage. Well, with disadvantage, it got slightly better than 1, but it does miss.
That's good.
Yep. It is not having a good day. Back to the top round, which is me.
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna pull up my wand of magic missile.
Yeah.
Because disadvantage on hitting things is just forget it. For 11 points of damage. It does not like that.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, that was a good magic missile. Okay. That means we're off to you. I'm not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, you are kind of stuck in melee with this thing.
Yeah, I can cast spells to get away, but I'm positive, just in my mind at least, that it'll slip faster than me. So, clear at you.
Yes. Alright, at the moment I don't see any reason not to break the pattern. I'm gonna hit with Frostbite again. Let's try and save some spell slots for when we actually get aboard the ship.
I'm rolling like a chump. How about a 3?
Alright, well, I'll double that. 6 points of cold damage. Frostbite is doing quite well today.
Yeah. This is the most we've worked in a row in forever.
I know, it's not missed once.
So glad I'm not using fire bolts because I'd be missing all over the place.
Yeah.
Alright.
Suddenly bolts of fire spring out of the river.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would probably get people's attention.
Alright. The creature has decided that discretion is the better part of valor.
Yay!
And has decided to swim off, and it is heading towards that dome.
Okay, oh dear, what if that's a hive of these things?
This is not a small creature. It's actually quite large. Well, in the large category. It's maybe 8-10 feet long. And now that you see it swimming away, it is on par with you in swimming.
Okay.
It seems to move quite quickly.
But not as quickly as some other sea creatures.
No, it's not, blue marlin or something.
No. Alright, well, that went fine. I say, sheathing my dagger now. I didn't say I put it away.
Can you roll a perception check for me, please?
Oh yeah, did anyone notice that? 15.
At this point, you realize that the dome it's going into seems to be made out of silk, and there seems to be a bubble of air under there.
Oh no, it is a nest! Well, I can't exactly blow it up. So.
Well, you could. No,
Not really, no, I cannot. Frostbite doesn't really do that, and Magic Missile doesn't really do that.
I can launch a firebolt at it, but
We don't, that'll take a while.
yeah.
Yeah. Fire underwater trying to destroy this, whatever it is. I somehow don't think that's going to work out too well. It'll take forever. Okay, well, after we get back to shore, we can tell someone about that, I guess. Whatever it is.
Okay, so you don't want to pursue it at all then?
Not at the moment, no.
Alright.
Like I said, we should probably try and stay on task here.
Okay.
So I don't hear any alarm bells.
Good water. You do not hear anything.
Okay.
So,
Let's start heading towards the boat.
alright. You continue on the way.
Then we have to think of some way of getting on the boat.
I would like you to roll a stealth check again, please.
Okay. Since we're rolling this.
I'm rolling really well when it doesn't matter.
Total of 20.
I have a nat 20.
Okay.
So we're being very stealthy. Okay, you now think you're roughly underneath the boat. You can see, if you look up, you can see the lightness of the surface, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you do see a boat shape there.
Okay. So it's right above us.
It is a good 150 feet above us.
I have not spent much time around boats, so would I happen to know any way of getting on a boat is a question.
In theory, I can just walk up the side of it.
That's good for you. I can't.
You're at a second.
I use my I cannot teleport today until we rest.
I suppose I could lower a rope then.
You could. We could get on the way that way. I say stealth is going to be key when we're on there.
Well, right now we're working on a pair of 20s, so the next little bit you're pretty much impossible to find.
Well, we still have to get on the boat.
Yes, that's probably going to work
Alright.
out.
Well, push it. Let's push these 20s as far as we can and swim up underneath the boat. Maybe we can
Alright.
find out.
You want to head up directly underneath the boat?
Directly underneath.
All right, you get up to the boat, and you have a wooden bottom boat. And at this point, you notice that there are, on either side, 2 paddle wheels in the water.
Okay, so it's not a sailboat.
No.
Also, is this boat anchored?
We couldn't tell when we were above it. And you're going to look for it now?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be an anchor. But it also doesn't seem to be moving.
Okay. That is a little unusual. Boats usually go where the current does to some degree.
Well, you notice that the paddle wheels are turning.
So I guess they're turning to keep it in place.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we need to find a way onto this boat.
Yep. You notice, actually, can you roll a perception check? 'Cause maybe you won't notice this.
That's a 9. I don't think I noticed it.
No, actually, you still sort of notice this.
Okay.
Some sort of hard to describe substance has just been tossed overboard and is percolating down through the water.
Oh, good. Someone's emptying their chamber pots. Did you notice that?
Yes.
What was that?
Seems to be some kind of browny green substance. Fair amount of it, too.
Alright. Well, that's not pleasant. Let's avoid that.
Well, the current it got tossed over the side. The current is just taking it that direction.
Yeah. Okay.
And it does seem to be dissipating into the water.
Okay. Staying underwater, I'm going to try and just circle the boat. I just want to see if I can find any ladders or any other ways up the side of the boat.
From under the water?
Yes.
Alright, this is going to be a perception check. I'll be helping you, but it's going to be a disadvantage, so just a straight roll.
Just a straight roll? Okay. Okay, well that's a 21.
Oh, good. There you go. You do notice a couple of things. First off, you do notice that there's an anchor up there, but it's not being deployed.
Okay.
We already knew that. You also notice that there is a skiff, or longboat, or whatever, like a rowboat.
Yeah.
And it is tied to one of the sides, and it is on the port side near the stern.
And just to remember, for those of us who are not nautical, port is left.
It's on the left-hand side,
Okay.
near the back, and there's a rope going from that up over the railing. And the paddle wheels themselves technically are a way up if you can manage to hang on to them as they do the rotation.
So those
That's it.
so those are the 2 ways up, as far as I can tell. That rope
That rope.
and the wheels. Both of which are 2 things that people are probably going to watch to a certain degree.
You also notice the anchor chain is not a chain, it's actually a rope. And because it's up, there's a loop of it hanging over the side. I guess I shouldn't say gunnels. Alright, the railing, the top part of the top part of the side of the boat is, it hangs about halfway down, and the boat itself, the top part is about 30 feet above the surface, so about 15 feet from the surface. You could possibly get to it if you swam really hard and try to leap up and grab it, but that's not as obvious as the boat, the long boat.
Okay. Well, apart from doing a Zora dolphin dive from Majora's Mask, I don't think that's going to work. The rope seems like the best way to get up there. Unfortunately, it's a pretty obvious way onto the boat, so they're probably going to be watching. There's someone watching, obviously, so maybe they might watch for the boat.
I did notice 2 people on watch.
Yes. Well, I don't think that they will have just left it. Alright. Well, I've had this for a long time, and I knew I was going to need to use it eventually. I'm going to pull up the Potion of Invisibility.
Oh, there you go.
Because invisibility is going to be quite the commodity here.
Well,
You also know this spell.
Yes, I have it prepared.
Okay.
And I still have 2 second-level spell slots.
Which is good. Alright, I think the plan should be that you cast your spell, I drink the potion, so we're both invisible. We go up that rope.
Well, you have to get onto the little longboat first.
Yeah, that shouldn't be too difficult. Then we go up the rope to try to get on. I suppose you can just walk up the side.
Yeah. I want to point out, getting in a boat, the boat will move.
Yes.
That might be noticed.
That might be noticed.
You get advantage on your stealth, but it is still possible that people on watch may notice the longboat rocking as you climb in, and of course all the water splashing around.
Yes, but that is less noticeable than someone doing that visible.
Yes.
Alright,
so that's the plan?
I think that's the best plan that we can come up with, yeah. So I'm going to drink the potion of invisibility. And I am invisible for the next hour until I do something harmful.
And I'm going to cast invisibility. And the plan is to climb aboard.
Yes, well you can just walk up the side of it with your slippers now.
Yes.
So, yes. So why do you not do that and get on board?
Alright.
And then I'll try to... How are we going to find... Oh, maybe splitting up isn't a good idea while invisible.
I'm going to use a luck point.
Oh, that was really bad then for 2 rolls.
Well, I'm not going to use all my luck. I climb up.
Okay.
See if I can move. Fortunately, my bad rolls are pervasive.
Okay, well let...
You don't hear an alarm being sounded.
Okay, so you're up there somewhere. I don't know where you are now, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah, there had to be some problem with this.
Yep. 2 invisible people sneaking on board
Separately.
somewhere.
Alright. I'm going to attempt to swim or stealthily up to the boat and get on it.
Roll.
And then do you want me to roll separately for trying to get on board?
Just roll a stealth check.
Okay, with advantage. Oh, well, those aren't very good either, even with advantage. So the higher of those is an 8, which is below passive perception, usually for most people.
Yes, but they're on lookout, so they're using active perception, and I rolled for them. So far, no one's noticed you.
Okay, so no one's noticed me. Alright, so I have to get up this rope now.
Yes. Are you standing in the boat? The
Yeah.
boat's rocking, you're dripping.
Yeah.
The rope goes up and is tied somewhere above. You can climb up the rope. You have 25 feet to climb. So I would like a acrobatics or strength check.
That's going to be a dexterity, not strength for me.
Alright. Roll an acrobatics check for me.
Natural 1. I slip into the water.
You start climbing up, and you feel like your hands are slipping, and you do plummet into the water. At this point, can you roll a stealth check?
Alright.
It'll be at regular because of the noise. Just roll straight.
Okay, I'll have to roll again then. Still pretty good. 18.
Someone comes over to the side, looks around.
Sees the rippling water in the splash, probably. But
Here's a splash. Sees the water splashed everywhere. Doesn't know anything. It seems to be talking to someone beside him that you can't see.
okay.
And then the head goes back.
Alright. Unfortunately, they might have be putting a bit more watch on that side now. Okay. I'm going to change the plan slightly.
Alright.
Going to go over to those wheels and I'm going to try to grab onto them and try to ride them up.
Alright. I love this plan.
In theory, there should be no downside to me hanging on to these.
In theory. Alright, so grabbing on, I'll just give you because it's going to go by, it's going to whack you if you don't grab onto it.
Yeah.
Getting off at the right moment.
Yes.
It's going to require a dex check, please.
It's probably going to be a high DC.
Yeah, well, you might just fall back in the water.
Yes, I might. This might be the rest of the session, me trying to get on this boat. Well, I don't think a 6 is going to do it.
Nope. You get up, you're ready to jump, and you're finding it too slippery. You can't get your balance, and you lose your moment, and the wheel goes around, and you splash back into the water. I would like a dexterity saving throw at this point, please. You're being smacked by the wheel.
Okay, well, the saving throw is 18.
Alright, you managed not to get clonked on the head, which is good. And you're back in the water. Let's see if they notice this. Apparently not.
Alright, I'm going to give it another try.
Alright, so you swim around, you grab on, up you go. Dex check, please.
Alright, that's better this time. 16.
Alright. You time it better this time, and you get your footing, you brace yourself, and you jump, and you land in, you make it over the railing, and I want you to roll a stealth check. You can have your advantage, guys. You are invisible.
Yep.
And we'll see how noticeable this is. Flop onto the deck.
14.
Oh! I finally rolled well.
Oh, someone notices this?
My nat 20 from the observer, you hear an alarm go up. Intruders! We're being boarded!
Okay.
So you're standing there, and you realize, well, you're still dripping, right?
Yep.
And you also notice that there's a puddle on the floor where you are. What do you want to do? He doesn't see you. He's looking in your direction. He sees the water.
Is there any cover that I can get behind?
Alright, so let's do this.
Alright.
There we go. This is the boat you were trying to get up into.
So I assume I'm on the other side now.
And then you came over to the wheel and you went up, and hold on a second, move this out of the way. So this is the wheel you tried to get up on, and the wheel is turning in this direction. You climbed up, and you leapt over, and now you're on the deck here. So the watchers are these two ballista guys. One's right here, and he's looking in your direction, sees the water, and your options are to hide behind this barrel. There's doors into this section here in the front. This is like a cabin kind of thing. There might be other things in there. It's hard to tell. And of course, the run around the back. There's lots of stuff to hide behind there.
Okay. I want to try and get... I'm going to go towards the back of the boat and go around this cabin.
Alright, so you're going to head this way and try to head around.
Yeah.
Alright. Roll another stealth check, please. Slosh your way around.
18.
Okay. The alarm's been given.
Yes.
There's two guys up here initially. They are now leaving their posts here. One's heading this way, and one's heading this way. And they're circling around. You also hear more footsteps and noise coming from... Why am I pointing? From here. Possibly also from here. It's hard to tell. There's a lot of noise. The guy that spotted you initially says, I lost sight of him. I think he's one around the back. And the other guy on the other side is, yeah, over here. I see some wet footprints. And you see in front of you, as you come around here, there's a guy here. You can just sort of see your footprints right there. But he hasn't seen you.
Okay.
What do you do?
Alright. Well, a distraction would be good at this point.
guy's the guy's stealthily going around,
Yeah.
and you notice something. He's looking around, he's trying to edge this way because he wants to be able to see around the corner. He thinks you might be hiding around this corner, so he's heading this way.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he falls overboard. And I appear. And then,
Oh.
more importantly, I disappear. And I said, this way, quick.
Okay, I'm going to follow you as best I can.
Well, the neat thing about us being wet, and the bad thing about us being wet, is we are leaving kind of like a little path of wet footprints. They are gradually diminishing because we are drying off. So you see my footprints head this way and stop right over here.
Okay, I'm going to follow you.
Yeah.
Stealth?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay.
But shortly. Once we get there, the door opens up here, and a door opens up here, and a number of people come out, and you hear a couple of things. First off, is what's going on? You see a larger gentleman. He's not nice. He's burly. He's got some scars. He's unkempt. He's wearing leather armor. He seems to be in charge. He has his mace.
Oh no, it's Bilious.
Yeah, basically. Maybe I should have you roll on to see if you're intimidated by him because he reminds you of him. Anyway, he's giving orders, asking everyone to search, fan out. He sees the puddles of water, and then you hear from the back of the boat from where we came from, man overboard, man overboard. And that was the other gentleman who was circling around this way. He must have spotted him. And a couple of people from the back, from the back wheelhouse, or this building here, headed around that way. You see these coils of rope, they're picking those up and they're trying to send them out to the gentleman in the water.
Yeah.
At this point, stealth check, please, yes.
19.
Alright, well, finally, we're not rolling horribly. Mine's 23. So, let's see if they spot us.
Well?
I have rolled, in the process of them searching for us, my third natural 20.
Ah.
This seems to be general confusion. They're all milling about looking for stuff. The main guy's looking for, they're trying to fan out. He's trying to get them organized because at this point he thinks, whoever's here is hard to find to begin with. So he's trying to tell everyone to spread out, come on, and giving them orders. And he's telling them to hand out ropes so they can hold ropes between them to see if anyone's there. And he's trying to make this as organized as possible. And then one lone guy says, "Hey, I think they're behind those barrels." I hear something. And so they all start to congregate around. They start to circle this area where we are currently hiding.
Ah.